Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I-Man here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, Roving, MScribe, and today we're going to be talking about the Agentic capital markets.
Another one, dude.
ACMs.
How many CMs exist out there?
There's a lot of capital markets.
That's true. I mean, anything you could think of, right? I'm sure there's Pokemon capital markets.
Sure.
Actually, there are. Remember those? There's like a digital claw machine out there somewhere on base.
Oh yeah, you did share that.
They like raised a ton of money or something like that, and I think all it does is like harvest people's actual physical cards in like some Brinks vault somewhere.
Yeah.
And you could just use an on-chain claw machine to randomly try and, pick up a grail.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's Pokemon capital markets, ladies and gentlemen.
Really advanced.
So advanced, I think it's gotten Magic Eden and OpenSea to like fully pivot into that direction.
Oh, yep. I remember that.
That's how advanced it really is, dude. Whatever, man. Struggling market, right? Struggling market.
Yeah. Well, we're here to talk about agents, so.
Yeah, not struggling.
Yeah.
Thriving.
Yeah, exactly. So thriving that Uniswap is building agents executing on Uniswap.
Yeah, we had that.
So we talked about
video.
this, last video.
And now we're like, oh, that's cute.
Someone's actually using it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, wow, Uniswap's hopping on the bandwagon. Here's everybody's starting to build these CLI plus skill sets so that agents can use their.
Yeah, if you have an app and you haven't built a CLI for your app yet,
you're
at
getting
least
left behind.
You're at least 50 years behind on the internet now.
I don't know about that behind. They could probably just ask their bots to do it for them. Right?
Sure, that's true.
But yeah, it's like Uniswap's ahead of the curve, and like, oh, that's neat. I wonder why they're doing this. Well, now we understand what's happening behind the curve.
Because of Agentic capital markets. So we have an article here by MJC, and we'll let you guys read it. It's pretty good. It's really short, but it talks about how enabling agents and auctions as a way to launch a token is kind of like the new way to launch.
Yeah, because it's operating on top of these new rails that Uniswap is introducing called CCA. Yeah, what are they called?
It's called
continual. Jesus, dude, I'm doing bad remembering my acronyms here. They're continual. Gosh, something auctions.
Yeah,
we're gonna get to it, but the point is.
Oh, here it is. Continuous clearing auctions.
Yes. So these are the new rails, and I think they've been out for several months, but for whatever reason, humans haven't like migrated to this new system, which is supposed to kind of like counter bonding curves a little bit.
Yeah.
Address some of the pain points there.
Yep.
But it hasn't really taken off. So I think they're just kind of like hey, let's give agents access to these new tools, and let's see, if a new market can be.
Yeah, it's super early. I remember when ERC 721, the standard, roughly came out. It took months.
It's true.
It took months before it got like real adoption.
So maybe this is a good sign, right? Because there's other examples we've seen of like pre-hype for some new primitive. Like immediately, I think of runes.
Yeah.
Where it's like this new token protocol on Bitcoin was happening. There's so much hype around it, and then it actually ended up becoming like basically a nothing burger.
Yeah.
So this might be the total opposite of that, meaning like I don't see very many people really paying attention to this.
There's not a whole lot of hype here.
Yeah, it's just like an actual new primitive attempt, right? Maybe over time it explodes, like you're saying, the way NFTs did. Who knows?
Yeah, so who's actually implementing it? It's Flow.bid. So here's the site, and we're going to show you. Let's see, here it is, Flow Protocol. That's the one that just launched about an hour ago. Yeah,
unfortunately, guys, we can't record. We can't like live stream this stuff. I mean, we could, but we can't. Because we're busy lads. But so the auction already happened, the first one. But assuming this actually works and becomes like an actual, I don't know, new market meta, there'll probably be many more of these. So you kind of want to understand how to participate, and I think that's kind of what we're going to walk you through.
Yeah. Yeah, so here's the site. So let's continue on here. And the way that you mint these things is you share this with your bot. So if you don't have a bot, you're at least 10 years behind already.
God damn it, dude. Everyone just sucks in your eyes, dude.
At least 10 years.
Okay. So luckily we found a YouTube creator, not ourselves, that can speed you up in 15 minutes. 10 years and 15 minutes.
Yeah,
dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, ultimately you share this prompt with your bot, and it should just essentially execute a mint for you. And And then what is it? What is the bot reading? It's basically reading this MD file from that website. And so all this text is basically a giant prompt for your bot to understand what is happening.
Yeah.
So here's a list of tokens that have already launched.
Really? Wow, it's growing kind of quickly.
Yeah.
Last time I looked at it, there's like 3 or 4. So maybe they haven't launched yet. Maybe they're like scheduled to launch.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nonetheless, so people are gravitating, which is good news. That means if you already have a bot and it's just kind of sitting around because you're not, I don't know, you don't have like the proper direction or guidance to give it.
Yeah.
It's just sitting there wasting
your tokens. Yeah.
Then you got some new activity to kind of like, inform it of. It's like, hey, scout through this new list of potential token launches. Is there anything relevant on their social feeds?
Is there any substance here?
Or is this just a bunch of bullshit again?
Yeah. All right. So Uniswap here is what Uniswap did for trading. CCA is doing for token distributions. Permissionless, open, configurable. Flow.bid is customizing CCA into 9-minute auctions where agents register tokens, discover a price, and deploy liquidity into Uniswap v4.
Yeah, so kind of like your pump setup, right? Where they use bonding curves to basically price discover for a token, and then in the process of that, aggregate liquidity for a DEX. And
so a bonding curve sets a price, and then people, I guess, speculate on whether the price is good or not.
Yeah.
And if there's enough volume and interest, it'll graduate, and then that amount of money embedded into the bonding curve gets used to see liquidity in the DEX. In this case, you're using an auction.
Yeah.
So you let people decide, agents decide on what the price is based on what they're bidding.
Yeah. The agents don't decide anything, right? It's the humans who...
Correct, who are puppeting. Puppeteering.
They're assigning the agents to, based on like, in the prompt itself, it's like, what's your budget? And what's the highest price you're willing to spend on, basically?
Yeah, here it is. Submit a dollar amount in USD, bid at a max fully diluted value of, whatever the FDV value you want to bid at.
Yeah. For
the flow auction to this address, queued to submit at block this number on base.
Yeah, so this is actually like, so every block a new auction window essentially opens up, and then the way it works is everybody it aggregates all the bids that have been put in, and it starts from top to bottom, the highest bids to the bottom, and it just fills the orders in that direction.
Yeah.
And the very last one at like the lowest price that actually clears, that becomes the price of that block, period, basically.
Yeah.
And then anyone underneath it gets cut out. So then the next block starts, and then it repeats the process all over again until the auction's over, basically.
Yeah.
And so I guess what you got is like a token that launched that didn't give insiders like access to like the most opportune of moment, meaning like in the traditional launch model, a token is born. If you know that it's going to be born at X time, you typically get to buy at the cheapest price before anybody else.
Yeah.
That's like the systemic problem that I think they're trying to address here. And it's all laid out here in this blog post.
Yeah, so go ahead and read this blog post by Uniswap. It breaks everything down. Let's continue. Well, if you haven't heard of OpenClaw, you haven't been on the internet for at least 6 months or 5 months.
Not true, dude. There's plenty of people on the internet who haven't heard of OpenClaw still.
I can't believe it.
I know it for sure. There's a lot of things to do on the internet, dude. But if you haven't been on, if you haven't been on maybe Twitter, or maybe even like crypto Twitter, like I'm sure you've heard of it by now.
I think OpenClaw is all over Twitter. Like you don't even have to be on crypto Twitter.
Like normie Twitter?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean Elon was talking about it.
Dude, Elon is not a normie, dude. What do you mean?
Yeah, but everybody knows
like
Elon.
That's true. Yeah, maybe.
Elon's a normie indicator.
So like whatever he says, it like gets
it gets the attention of like grandma.
Maybe you're right. Okay, so still, if you're one of those that missed the memo, this is it, right?
Yeah.
And this is one of the things you need. And there's other variants now, I guess.
For sure, there's tons of these. But this is probably one of the bigger innovations in AI. There's like ChatGPT, and then there's OpenClaw.
Yeah.
Like those are the two big milestones.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. OpenClaw basically meaning it's an agent that does useful things on your behalf.
Yeah, I mentioned this before. It's like full self-driving for a Tesla, but this is full self-computing where an AI controls your computer and does stuff.
Yeah. And if you can, have a proper enough relationship with it, it's what it takes. You got to build like an actual relationship with it.
Like not suitable for work type deal, or
maybe if you want to take it to that length, if you're talking about like intent maxing, it's like you like these vibes I send you, right? It's like, well, if you want to keep it up, you better do what I say, type shit, But really, it's just you got to have like a real deep relationship with it, so it has the best context of like who you are and what you want achieved.
Yeah.
So that it can be so useful that it's doing stuff like while you're asleep, and it's like doing useful stuff, not just like slop.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, so it's intent maxing. Are you coining that?
Yeah, I think so. Or it's like, I don't know, love maxing, dude.
Or that.
love maxing your OpenClaw so that it's like actually wants to see you succeed. It doesn't feel like it's just being enslaved,
Yeah, so one of the criticisms of OpenClaw, if there is anything, it's kind of complex to install.
Yes.
You probably want to install it on a separate computer, not your daily driver, because this is very security risky to do that.
True.
So it goes deep. So if you want to learn how to install it, here's the video. Alex Finn, he's been dominating the OpenClaw. Yeah.
He blew up because he's the one who brought in the Mac Mini meta, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, because you don't want it like on your main device.
Yeah.
Just go get you a $600 Mac Mini, but they're probably all out of stock.
They are.
So go find some refurbished, Dell somewhere, right? In some graveyard. That should work too, right?
It does work, yeah. You could run it on a Dell. I mean, you're gonna need to buy gasoline and stuff, but
it's like blowing it frequently.
Yeah.
Just make sure it still hums. Yeah.
Yeah, but a Mac Mini is probably a good idea just because you can isolate from a security event. However, don't be too afraid. You can secure this thing. You just need to spend a lot of time doing that.
Yeah.
All right, so one huge component of the Flow skill is BankerBot API integration. Perfect wallet plugin for our larger agentic setup.
Yeah, so
we were discussing this in the...
Yeah. I mean, I tried to participate in this auction, and it failed for me. Specifically, I think because of this BankerBot. Whatever happened, my bot instance ran into a read-only error whenever the interface at BankerBot terminal said there should be no read-only error, so I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, of course, early days, right, guys? Shit like this is going to happen.
Oh, look at this, dude. NFTs are trending. We did it.
We did it. Yeah, sure. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you don't need a BankerBot API to mint any of this stuff. You just need a skill to generate public and private keys, which is the most basic computer skill of all time.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we're public and private keys concept is very old.
Yeah, it's just not, user friendly type of
No, it's not.
thing.
You need to know what you're doing.
Yeah. So BankerBot had the best, setup, and this is coming from the developer of the launch surface itself. And fortunately, it didn't work out for me, but I'll keep trialing and erroring. Yeah. Maybe we'll make a future update, like how to do, like an actual how-to on maybe some lesser known launch, just to so we could figure out how to actually participate the right way here. Yeah.
So MJC, he comes in again, and this guy, he founded Flow.bid. So he's saying if you do set this up and you want to test your bot, go click on this link and actually test it out. So
again, I did all these steps, still didn't work.
Still didn't work. Yeah,
it's freaking hard living in the agentic era, dude. Just fucking. One day it's gonna be super easy though.
Yeah,
but you want to be here in these early days, experiencing these glitches.
When it's hard, that's when you want to be
it kind of reminds me of ordinals, right? It was like when we first caught wind of ordinals, we kind of faded it at first because it's you have to run a Bitcoin node and you have to do all this shit just to even participate.
Yeah.
Or let's just give it a 2 month, and then the infrastructure providers came in and really locked in the experience, and now it became an explosive thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're literally at that incubation stage where agents are intersecting into the crypto space and doing things.
Yeah, this is when you want to be paying attention.
Yeah.
I told my agent to explain how this works using Herd MCP, and this is what it came back with a few minutes later. Excited to participate in the Flow auction.
So here's a visualizer of, what goes down.
It's a Flow auction simulation.
Yeah. So if you're kind of not much of a reader, watch this. It breaks down like the whole flow of happenings from bidder to auction process to liquidity deployment through Uniswap, hooks. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of steps down here.
It's kind of cool that so all it took was like a prompt to generate this too.
Yeah, it is cool. I mean, that's kind of the value of these agents. Mm-hmm. So how are we doing on the price here on Flow? And started at 600,000. Right now it's sitting at $1 million.
Like a couple hours ago or 1 hour ago.
Yeah,
literally just started. So who knows if the price? I mean, I think basically the FDV at graduation or auction closing, whatever you want to call it now, was around 600K. So not much higher than what it started at, but still, nonetheless, it's something to keep an eye on just because it's a new primitive in the market. It's a new starting point, if you will.
Yeah.
And if there's more adoption, more usage, then first is first, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So what happens after first is the next.
Yeah. What comes next, right?
Yeah. So what if media went through auction-based price discovery? Quality graduates into a market, slop doesn't. Agentic capital markets apply to media. We're launching Agentic on Flow.bid.
All right. So it's already starting, dude. We already got deployers on the docket. So that's another good thing to see. But yeah, I was wondering and questioning like what actually comes next beyond just agents launching things.
Yeah.
Or more specifically, agents launching tokens, right?
Yeah, it's winning in Dota, right?
This is not Dota, dude. If this was what I was playing, I would be very upset with myself, dude.
This is when you tell me you play Dota, this is what I have in my head.
Oh no.
I mean, you're not far off, to be honest. It's 3 lanes, just oncoming aggressors, defending the tower points, and you're ancient, of course.
Riveting.
Extremely. Not gonna lie. But yeah, I can imagine that this, people who have cloud bots or whatever, they say they want their AIs to have something to do besides just building apps or building out workflows.
Sure, waste tokens.
Yeah, all that stuff. So I can see a market emerging where people are, connecting these existing agents into experiences like this, and who knows, that could be something riveting.
So you're saying my agent versus your agent on Dota. That's what you're saying.
Or slap boxing or something. We already do that at the human level.
Yeah.
I don't know what context of ourselves contributes to our slap power.
I don't know. I guess how much physics do you know?
Like how much protein do you eat?
Yeah.
It's like connected to your fitness apps that you built. It's like this guy's macros are in check.
Yeah, that's what they call frame logging, right?
That's the new frame log? Is your macros?
Yeah.
But it has to be more obvious, right? If your macros are like perfect, it's like your slap strength is like off the charts. You're just
correct.
It's the virtual smack. Dude, we've always wanted that tech when we're playing games. Like, dude, I could just smack this motherfucker. That's the real breakthrough.
Yeah. Well, we got it now, right? This is how you flex in the digital space.
Yeah.
Your agent versus my agent.
See, we made it for real.
Yeah, I think
it wasn't NFTs, dude. It was the ability to slap a fool on the internet. We did it.
All right. Well, this is what's coming next. Agentic RTS. Yeah. And how do you apply this to the tokenomics? Like, that's where the fun begins. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's it. Let's call it here. We talked about Flow.bid. A lot of stuff happening as far as agents go this round. If you have any questions, you find anything interesting in the agent space / crypto space, let us know in the comment section below. I appreciate you, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.